Hey everybody, it's Monday and I'm Mark. Welcome back to Mondays with Mark. Thank you so much for tuning in again this week. And this week we're going to be continuing the series of public service announcements for anyone that may be thinking about whether now is a good time to make a move in real estate. Last week we talked about whether it was a good time to sell your house. So of course, if you haven't, please go back, check out that video. Hopefully you get some good information out of that if you are thinking about selling your home. But this week, we're going to focus on the other side of the coin and we're going to talk about buyers and is it a good time to buy a home? And yeah, I mean, it is. There is definitely still a lot of opportunity in this market. And over the next couple of minutes, I'm going to touch on a few points of why I think it is a very powerful time to be a buyer in this market. So, first and foremost, is obviously property values are down. They are lower than they have been in several years, which means that people that were formally priced out of the market because the properties were so high and then going for even more over asking now have a much better chance of getting into the market because those property values have come down. So there is definitely more, and depending on what your buying power is, you can potentially get a lot more for your money now than you could have in peak market prices of last year and the year before. So that's one amazing opportunity right now. The other is the last announcement, as I mentioned in last week's video, the Bank of Canada announced no change in the interest rates. And again, that's the first time that that has happened in over a year. So that is another very exciting thing. And it is putting a lot more stability and faith back into the market. And buyers are getting a little bit more comfortable borrowing and taking on mortgages. So what that means is that we are going to see a influx of buyers coming back to the market. So if you're a buyer right now and you're thinking whether or not you should wait and see what happens, you're going to potentially run into all those other buyers that are coming to the market and find yourselves right back in that multiple offer bidding war situation that we've seen for the last couple of years. And you may end up paying more for that property just because we are now competing with so many other offers. So, one of the questions and one of the objections I get frequently from the people that I talk to is, I want to wait until the market comes down, right? And one of the questions we ask is, well, how much do you want it to come down by? Do you have a number? So, just for nice round numbers, I'm going to break it down for you guys and try to keep it nice and simple because if anybody knows me, math is not my strong suit, but bear with me and I'm going to try to explain it the best as I can, okay? So let's say we're looking at a subject property that is valued at $500,000. Right now, it's on market for $500,000. And we want to wait for the market to come down. Let's call it 5%. Again, nice round numbers. So 5% of that $500,000 is $25,000. Now, while $25,000 may sound like a lot, and of course it is a lot, there's no arguing that, that is a lot of money. What we tend to forget is that that money is spread out over the length of our mortgage, which is typically 25 to 30 years. So let's call it 25 years. So that $25,000 spread out over 25 years is roughly saving you about $83, $84 a month, give or take. And what can happen by waiting for that market to come down is, yes, that house price is going to come down, but now we're going to be competing with all these other buyers on the market. So that $475,000 home may end up going for $550,000, which is over what it was before. And now we're paying more money per month by $80, $160 more per month because we waited and ended up in these multiple offer competitive situations. So a little food for thought. If you have the need and the desire, if it is the time in your life to make a move and to buy a property, then I would suggest it's never wise to kind of wait and see because, like I said, we never know what is going to happen. We just know what is happening now. And right now, we are probably able to get you into the home that you're looking for with much, much less competition than we're going to have in the next little while at a probably a better price point. So again, less competition, better price for your home. That to me sounds like a win-win situation. And if it sounds like a win-win situation to you, then that's exactly why we should meet. And again, my contact information is very easily accessible, guys. And that's pretty much my opinion on whether or not it's a good time to buy a home. In a nutshell, yes. And thank you so much for tuning in this week, guys. Next week, we're going to talk about whether it's a good time to think about purchasing an investment property. Maybe you're not thinking about buying or selling, but you are thinking about investing in a property, a rental property or otherwise. So we're going to talk about whether or not it's a good time to do that in this current market. So stay tuned for that. Go back and check out any of the old videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next Monday for Mondays with Mark. Thank you so much, everyone.